lovely to be back.
You've been busy, to be fair.
I have. It's been pretty full on. Yeah, it's been exciting. Lots of stuff been going on and everything. It was so funny listening to that scene. Just hearing everybody's voices, it just brings it all back.
Exactly. For all of us, in fact, but to be part of such an iconic series, you say, it's almost like it's a grieving process when it comes to an end.
Well, it is. Just listening to that and hearing our voices just made me remember I just cried all day. There was something about James saying when we all, 17 years ago, I first fell in love and we all just looked at each other and just thought, oh, my gosh, when we filmed in Leicester Square and that was the beginning and now look at us all now. And then I had to go in the toilets and cry and Anna Maxwell Martin had to come and talk me down and get me back out.
It's been such a part of all of your lives, though. You can't help but feel that. It is that family thing when you've been part of something that was so huge.
What did you do when that filming, the final scene was finished? The final day of filming, what happened?
Well, the final day of filming, I was a complete wreck. I've been crying since the second day of filming, saying goodbye to everything. And then on the last day, I thought, oh, keep it together, you'll be fine. You've cried so much before, you'll be OK. Went on set, saw everybody, burst out crying straight away, spilled a cup of coffee over myself, which sort of shook me out of it, which was good. And then went on set and just cried. And then we'd go to the toilet and then cry again, go back to the toilet. And then right at the very end, before Matt and I had to say our last lines, I took myself to the toilet and had a cry again, and then came back out and just sort of felt this sense of calmness. And I looked around at everyone in the room and all of us in our costumes, and I just felt calm, and I thought, oh, look at us all, and look how far we've come and what we've done. And
you all go through it together.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like you leaving on your own.
No, it was amazing.
Like everyone
normally, the last ever scene you film is you just sort of getting the bus or you're on your own, or they'd worked it so that we were all in and filming the very, very last scene. And so, so it was a lovely moment. And then when they shouted cut, Matt and I just hugged each other and held each other and started crying. And then, and then we finished and I went back to the hotel, put on my party dress and went out partying.
Just as it should have been. Everything was sort of perfection, really. It's kind of as you wanted it to be. Lots happening, of course, since then for you, Joanna. You're very busy with lots of different things. One big thing that you're involved with right now is the International Day of Play.
Yes.
And let's talk about this because, you've got your little ones as well and, it's lovely to be able to play with them. You get a great deal from it. They do as well. But you are working with host seasons at the minute and they have done this statistic where 40% of parents are simply just too tired or too busy to play with children. And this is kind of where we're at now and you're wanting to change it.
Well, I know. I mean, we're all so busy. We're exhausted. I mean, work doesn't finish at the end of the day, does it? You go home. I mean, well, I was just saying just now, I looked and at midnight, I sent my agent a message. And so, I mean, I'm guilty of it as well. But they've done research and it said that 80% of us love playing with our kids. And when we do play with them, it just makes us feel so much younger. But it's difficult because we're busy and we're tired. But that's why going away for, a couple of days and having a playcation instead of a staycation. So instead of going, go on then, kids, off to the kids' club, we're going to go and do this. If you all stay together and you go out for walks in the countryside or go for a trail walk, go, and do a bit of climbing, run around, I mean, we went out away recently with the kids and James. And James, we were playing hide and seek in the woods. James was trying to climb a tree. He was going along the monkey bars and I was making him do pull-ups for me to see if he still had it, and he did. He wasn't quite the same as when he was like 24, but I mean, but it was lovely and we all connected as a family.
And I guess it's just as good for your mental health as it is for the kids.
Well, it is because, you feel tired and you think, oh, gosh, I just can't, I don't want to do anything. But when you force yourself to and you do go and do it and you do something physical, well, then it clears your head. And James and I sort of rediscovered our inner child. We were running around in the woods together. Lovely.
I'm going to butt in because I'm really, really intrigued about what I've heard, and it's the new career move. Something to do with a sex therapist.
I've always wanted to become a sex therapist. I've always wanted to train as a relationship counsellor because I'm interested in chatting to people and their relationships and, listening to their problems and what's happened and how I can talk, to them about it. I imagine, though, that you guys are probably going to ruin this next career move of mine. But
I want this to happen. It would be iconic.
I'd love to do that. But, I mean, I've been in the house and I've had, delivery drivers coming round and they've dropped off a delivery and then James has gone, oh, my gosh, it's 20 minutes later, where is she? And I've been in the back of the van talking to a driver Genuinely. Yeah, and he's just been like, oh, I don't know what to do in my relationship with my girlfriend, what do you think? And James caught me in the back. He was like, are you all right? Are you all right? I said, yeah, I'll be out in a minute. I'm just talking to him. And I was talking to him about his relationship with his girlfriend and what he should do.
Before you train as a counsellor, I can see you'd be very good if they can get a word in edgeways. I'd say that in the nicest possible way as someone who talks too much myself. You're writing a book.
Oh, my gosh, I am.
I heard you're writing it in pub car park.
This is the reality of a working mum, right? I'm writing my autobiography. It's coming out at the end of September in all good bookshops, and you can get it, you know, online and other places as well. But I will have
Lush.
It's called Lash. Thank you very much. Thanks for saying it. It's called Lash. And I have the kids, you know, all day and everything, and we play and we have fun. I hand them over at 5 o'clock to James, and then I'll get in the car, and then I drive down to this local car park with this pub, and it's changing hands, so there's nobody there. I park in the car park until 1 o'clock in the morning, and I write. And then I get a bit scared. Not on the laptop, no, I've been physically writing.
Oh, wow.
And then until 1 in the morning. Then I get scared, so then I drive to another car park, which is slightly closer to home. I sit there till 3 in the morning, and then I drive home, park outside the front of the house. I don't go in because Beau will sense me, and I sit there till 5 in the morning, and then at 5 I go back into the house, sleep for 2 hours, get up at 7, get them ready for school.
Wow.
This is coffee that's happening now.
Yeah.
This is coffee.
Oh, my God. Clearly.
Let's hope it's going to be... It's been strange, though. It's been like therapy, because you don't normally look back at all of your life and think about why you are like this now, because that happened to you when you were 20. And I'm looking back at parts I played and acting roles I did when I was 23, and I'm remembering them and thinking, oh, my goodness, I love doing that. It's making me want to sort of do a bit more acting
Do you have
again.
pictures and things, Joanna? Because often I forget lots of things until a picture kind of sparks a memory.
I know.
And then suddenly it opens another chapter.
It completely does. I mean, I've got loads of photos, and what's nice is that when I was starting out, I mean, it was like 1998, so I didn't have an iPhone or anything like that. It was all, you know, just taking normal photos. So I've got them physically now, and then I see them, half of them, I go, oh, my God, there's one photo of me. I must be about 8. I'm in, like, sort of a little skirt. I've got a jumper. I've got a set of pearls. I've got a Princess Diana haircut, and I'm leaning on the radiator with a glass of sherry in my hand. Oh, my God.
It's brilliant, though, and like you say, I mean, but it can be very emotional.
Oh, so emotional. And, I mean, the bits that I've, you know, all of the early stuff in the autobiography, and all of, you know, looking at my listening about things with my mum and dad, and it just makes you. The first house we're in, it's, you know,
it's all there. Well, that's all coming up later this year. We love having you here. You're the best.
Oh, it's been
Joanna
lovely.
Page, everybody.